giving T'Challa from is that his name?
T'Challa, not T'Challa. You just gotta try to own everything.
Never mind.
T'Challa, you see him recently. He lost a lot of weight, and I hope it's for a role.
Yeah, he look crazy. No shade. I say it looks crazy. No shade. But anyhow,
what's going on with you?
Hey, quarantine. I mean, not doing anything. I have some ideas that I need to get done, but sleep keeps taking over.
Wow. Don't let it come to a sleeper but a dream, baby.
Yeah, I have been dreaming. I've been having some really good dreams.
They said that I was reading an article today that said that a change in your routine will result in more vivid dreams. And so a lot of people have been having like very weird dreams, but also very clear, like remembering them and stuff like that, which is interesting. And I can't remember no more if I had a dream last night or the night before.
Yeah, so I do have a few things to talk about on Shop Talk today. I think we both need to just start off with Kemp, Governor Kemp, since we actually impacted by his stupid ass shit because we live in Georgia. I know a lot of people.
I ain't impacted because I'm gonna stay inside. Right where my door ends is where I begin, so I'm good.
Yeah, I don't know. I've gone. He said he's opening up. We opening up restaurants, some restaurants, bowling alleys.
Which I don't understand. I'm like, is anybody dying to go bowling?
I mean, I don't know. I know some people bowl for exercise, like arm and wrist exercise, but
okay.
I don't know. But anyway,
like I'm bowling then. I gotta understand. Yeah, I actually got a little list right here. He says fitness centers, body art studios, barbershops, hair.
Yeah, what's up with his tattoos?
Hair and nail salons, massage therapy businesses, and bowling alleys start as early as Friday, so this Friday, and then theaters and restaurants starting Monday. And he said that he had basically found some favorable data that made him feel confident in reopening, which is crazy. You know what that favorable data said? What? That Georgia hit its peak 13 days ago. Yeah, that means that we're going to peak again within the next 13 days. But that same data set also said that we're going to see at least a dozen deaths per day in the coming weeks, which is very irresponsible. I'm not happy with it. A lot of people are saying that he's doing this to target Black people. I don't exactly feel the same way, but I can understand why they feel that way.
Yeah, we live in, I think people are just basing it around Atlanta because Atlanta is just a city that definitely is built around vanity and haircuts and hairstylists and makeup artists and nails artists. Like people do that every day. Like I even have clients that come to me to get their makeup done sometimes 4 or 5 times a week.
Yeah.
I think they're basing it around that because a lot of Black people do get that stuff done often. So that's probably why they say that. But
I don't think that's fair though. We're talking about nail salons, hair salons, massage. You know what I'm saying? That's not a Black thing. That's a people thing. And I had to be one of those people. I don't want to sound like an all lives matter type of person, but I really do feel like, I mean, not only that, Kemp don't even live in Atlanta, but these are high grossing industries in any area. So I just think it's weird. And then he also said bowling alleys. I'm pretty sure he wasn't talking about Black folks because he would have said, he would have said trap houses.
Okay.
But yeah, I don't understand it. I get people want to be upset about it, but I really think it has, in the grand scheme of things, I don't think this has anything to do about race. It has everything to do about money. Some people have talked about, if we open things back up, those low wage workers who he's basically saying can go back to work in some of those industries don't have to file for unemployment. The state can save money in that. In the CARES Act, they had approved $600 additional per week on top of the standard $325 for unemployment claims for the first 4 months of claims. And that'll save them a lot of money then. So that's now $900 per week per person that has claimed. If you're working, you get less in unemployment, if any at all. So, I mean, who knows? It could be about money, but I think that they are failing to realize that without a solid plan of treatment or a vaccination, there's literally nothing we can do to slow the spread without just staying in the house and letting people slowly go out into these places where there are literally germs everywhere. We're talking about gyms?
Yeah, right. The worst
sweat and coughing. The gym be dirty on a regular day.
And stink.
Be smelling like a handful of pennies. I don't like that. So anyway, yeah, I think that's very irresponsible. I do understand why they want to for the sake of the economy, but I don't agree with it. It's absolutely not fair. And this is something that's not going to go away for a long time. So I think, and then I got a quote that he said, we're probably going to have to see our cases continue to go up. if we have an instance where a community starts to become a hotspot, then I will take further action. But right now, I feel like we're in a good spot to move forward.
All right.
What are we talking about? Butts County? What are we talking about? Not Fulton Cobb and Cap Gwinnett? Clyco? I don't like that.
But I don't know. Keisha Lance Bottom stepped in as she should have, and
she did her best.
Yeah, she did. She did. She stepped in and she said that, of course, his power overrules hers, but she's just telling people to stay home. She's like, it's not safe.
Yeah, she said she could still use her voice, and that's fine. The voice, all we need is Kiki. She said she consulted. My friend told me, I don't know how accurate this is, but she did say that Keisha Lance Bottoms was looking to get an order to encourage Atlanta-based business to continue to allow their employees to work from home or to not reopen. But I mean, honestly, it'll be up to them to decide. But I think it is a very great power move for Keisha to encourage that, at least do something. You know what I'm saying? Even though the governor, supersedes anything a mayor can do.
Yeah.
Lori Lightfoot, aka Chicago mayor, said that they might be staying at home until June. She said that today.
Oh.
But honestly, that's not shocking. Like, people keep saying, "Oh, we can do 4th of July." Where is the vaccine? And then when they get the vaccination, ain't nobody gonna want to take it. Yeah. So I mean, just start asking when. Just enjoy your ceiling and your ceiling fan.
So, speaking of, while we on the subject of coronavirus and staying at home, I'm pretty sure everybody has people that they follow on their timeline or have seen it, people that are not staying at home and pressed to go outside. So unfortunately, I experienced some crazy shit last night.
Where you went?
To bed. I didn't go anywhere, but I was online and I was on Instagram. This person, they posted that they were at some kickback. Okay, it had to be. I screen recorded it because I couldn't believe it. It had to be like 50 people in apartment. They was having it looked like an apartment, but it could have been like
I had a 4-bedroom.
No, it could have been a town. I think it was a townhouse just because of the outside.
Yeah,
party was going on for about an hour and a half before they shut it down. Mm-hmm. So the police came. Of course, they outside. They fighting. People are fighting. Just know a whole car was flipped over. Don't know how it happened. The car was in the middle of the road, flipped over, and I'm like,
you must have been fighting under the car.
What I'm thinking is somebody was trying, because the streets were very narrow and it was cars coming from both directions. Mm-hmm. I think that they were trying to get by and maybe got clipped up by the car and the car just rolled over because they were pulling people out the car.
The car must have been sitting on the carrot. Like, how it had that much leverage under? I'm saying, like, how in the world? How they do that? Okay, that's crazy. Listen, first of all, what are y'all doing? I'm gonna say this for a billionth time. Just because you don't have any symptoms does not mean you don't have the virus. You could very well have it and pass to somebody else who might have symptoms or even might not, will die. People are dying. Death, not coming back. No more mama and pawpaw. No more Club Crucial. No more Liqueur. No more Buckhead bars. No more Instagram. No more even quarantine because you ain't even got the choice at that point. Like,
you had throw liqueur in there.
I had throw liqueur in there because I said crucial, and I didn't want to be specific to certain hoods. I want to be specific. Not even obviously everybody don't live in the hood, but I just feel like people are just showing their behind. They're bare naked behind. You do not get a second chance at life, baby. Once you die, you gone, and they're gonna cremate you or bury you however they're gonna do it, and your family is not gonna be there.
Yeah,
and they can't have a fish fry to pay for your funeral because they can't be outside. And don't start no GoFundMe because I'm muting you.
Okay.
My bad.
You made me forget what I was about to even say. Anywho.
No, it's really disgusting.
It's insane. Like, I've seen people sharing bottles, like bottle touching their mouth.
Hookahs.
Crazy.
Blunts.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I really do think that people think they're invincible. Now, I know I could be a little bit more safer because I'm not going to just front like I've just been 100% safe, but I definitely take a lot of precaution. I definitely, if I do have to leave the house or I have to do something, I make sure that I'm not putting nobody else in danger, especially older people and kids. I don't want to be around either one at the moment. If I do have to work, I need to just be one-on-one with my client. I don't need to be in there with a hairstylist or me. I'll come before or after. It's just me and them. Even though
I
I
mean,
know
that's
that,
fair because that's a lot of parties and exposure.
yeah, and I don't know if the hairstylist is taking as, you know, I don't know, like I don't know what they're doing, so I don't want to be putting nobody at double risk. I don't know,
Yeah.
so I do, but unfortunately, like I told people, I've seen people just like making statuses and posts about people who still are working during this time. But me being an entrepreneur, for one, I work for myself, and I do have some production jobs, but most of my jobs are through me, and I have to get paid directly. So I don't have tax forms. It's almost kind of pointless. Not pointless. Like now, I see the importance of having the LLC, but the reason why I don't have it or even did that is because I don't want to have that responsibility to file taxes just yet. Just because I feel like I don't make the amount that I want to make. If that makes
Well,
sense.
you know how you offset taxes.
Okay.
They don't call it AGI for nothing.
But I'm just saying, like, I don't have that now, you know? So I have to make money how I make it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could drive Lyft, but that's still a risk, a huge risk.
Honestly, yeah. I mean, I think that
I
any
could
type
just
of
do my, go do my clients, and they still have to work. They still have to do promo. I have a lot of some like clients that are in the industry, so they have to do promo for music or shows or whatever. They still have to work. And so, unfortunately, a lot of people aren't able to do their own makeup, and then they don't want to look any kind of way.
I understand though. I mean, I first of all, I send a lot of love. Every time I speak to somebody that's working, I always thank them for being here. Like, honest to God, I just be like, you know what? Thank you so much. Be safe. Even when if I had to call the post office today on the phone. I was like, telling her be safe. I really am grateful. They probably don't even want to be out there. They probably wish they could have a break and be home. But it's a catch-22. You work from home, you probably working more. If you at home and you're not working, now you need income. So it's like, do you want to be out there risking your life? Do you want to be at home collecting little unemployment checks? Because those checks are very small. The max is $325 per week for 14 weeks, and that's for everybody, the max. And so let's say you have a car note and you got insurance and you got rent and you got, you know what I'm saying? What exactly is that going to cover? It's not going to cover much, and people are going to end up in a negative, and then they're going to, be in a much bigger hole than they would have been, previously. So it's honestly, it's just one of those situations where I just hope that everybody can come out of this with, you know, on a better foot than they were before it happened. So I don't know, man. Just good luck, y'all. That's all I can say.
But look,
Okay. So last night was the BabyFace versus Teddy Riley Versuz. You ain't like
I
it?
didn't even watch it. I didn't even tune in for real because of the first time, and then last night it was freezing. I just let it go.
Yeah, it worked on desktop. I had
It
to.
faded real easily. I'm like, child, I'll watch the aftermath.
It actually was really. It was redeemed. I agree though. So the first time it was just, honey, y'all need to get it together. Y'all acting like it reminded me of working when I worked in tech support all over again. Like, look now, listen. But I did like it last night. It was great. It was, Instagram said it was them that was causing the issues because they had actually broken Tory Lane's record for the most people tuned into a live stream. I mean, I think at one point they had well over 500,000 people. And anyway, so it was really good. I liked it. I couldn't really pick a winner. I'm not gonna lie. I'm familiar with a lot of Teddy Riley's work, but Babyface hit different. And
Very much so. I seen somebody tweet and said Babyface is the wedding and Teddy Riley's the reception, and I could
that
not
is
agree.
flush out. You did what I'm saying. But I really, you know what, it's so cool. I really it made me remember how dope even Babyface is, just how cool of a person he is, like as an artist in general. Because a lot of producers do have talent. They can sing, they can rap. They don't always make it as a solo artist. And Babyface ain't playing no games. Not before, not then, not now. You hear?
Is Tommie still on Love and Hip Hop?
I don't watch it. I haven't watched it in years, so I really don't
I
know.
only say that because I don't care. Fuck y'all, I don't care. But I was just trying to be I was trying to be a little
Discreet
because
Okay.
I'll do work with the brand, but I don't think she is with the franchise anymore. But anywho,
I feel like after this one episode where she was like really drunk, they like asked her to not.
yeah.
Like
I remember that. But yeah, it's been a lot of controversy about her body. I feel like we talk about plastic surgery on the show a lot, but
yeah, it's okay. I mean, shoot, I think I want. I think I don't. Who knows? So we're gonna talk about it till we figure it out.
I just really I don't know. I be feeling like an old person because like I really be getting like, first of all, scared, and I just be so just shook by people who get like really extreme plastic surgery.
Yeah.
And I thought that Tommie was beautiful before. Like I thought her body was nice,
Yeah,
but
I agree. I totally
it
agree. She had a beautiful natural body.
insane. But the new body is insane. Like it's crazy. And I know a few times she's been saying that it's natural. I caught her saying that online.
Maybe fat transfer.
But okay, so yeah, so that's what I'm gonna that initially was what I was gonna ask. So do you consider people that get fat transfers natural? Just
No, natural means the way it came.
I agree, but why do a lot of people think that? Like a
Because
lot of
they
people.
make themselves believe that because they feel like if it's my fat, it came from my body, but it doesn't matter. It was redistributed elsewhere. It's like saying broccoli is not natural. You know what I'm saying? Broccoli is not grown that way. So would you say you eat your natural food? Technically not, but it did come from the ground. You know what I'm saying? I don't think yeah, they just say that honestly that's for their own vanity. That's their own pleasure. They just want to make it they feel good saying it's natural, but let's be for real, it's not. It didn't come that way.
I'm not a fan of it.
You requested that.
I'm not a fan of it. I really wish it was something that we can do to stop this, just because I know some people.
What you gonna show? You know how they be at, well, you probably don't know, but outside well, I don't know either. But outside the abortion clinic, they be out there with the signs like trying to stop the girls and make them change their
I want to go that far, but I just be wanting. I think that we need like better. Um, I mean, we've been working on it in the past years, but we need better role models to people who advocate for having natural bodies. Because what I think it is that it's a popular thing, is what's going on. So people see it and they're like, "Oh, okay, so this is what I have to look like to get on." And I've witnessed a lot of female rappers that enter the game now, seeing how like they haven't gotten any and they're not getting it, and they said that of course it's been brought up and the label brought it up to them. Just and I'm like, damn. So that's like a part of it. So you get
they
signed, and
encouraging
then
it,
you
yeah.
get to what do they call it?
What?
When you first sign a deal, they give you that little the money up front.
The advance.
Boom. So you get your advance, and then they take you to the surgeon.
Yeah, you know what? I do think that there are a lot of natural role models, but I think the thing is that more exotic or full figure body is more desired and is very accessible. Like anybody can go to get surgery now.
And
You
it's
know what
like
I'm saying?
everybody got the same body, and
And I
so
don't like it. Like even like Tommie, for example, I like you said, she had a beautiful body and she still is beautiful, but that fake look is not cute. It just looks weird. And it's just I don't like it. She obviously does, or maybe she don't, who knows, but it's just not that's kind of weird to want to look like that. I actually saw something today where Lisa Ray was talking to Claudia Jordan, I think Vivica Fox and somebody else, and she was saying that the Kardashians they defined the body figure for women that is now acceptable today. And I think it was a weird statement, but I will say that that's how all the girls look, that fake body. Like it's weird.
yeah, I personally blame. I ain't gonna say blame, but I personally blame Nicki Minaj.
Really?
Yeah, because Nicki Minaj had that body before Kim and all of them, and before Black China. Nicki Minaj was one of the first people that we seen out here, or what in the industry that was like had that massive butt, and it was
But
like
and then
her.
when she
It
first
was
dropped, like I'm thinking like 5-star chick era, her body wasn't even that dramatic. I feel like that was her best shape to me.
yeah. But then like after that, she just got it pumped up, and then everybody just like, oh, that was just like her focal point was her butt, like her.
Yeah, I don't like that. I do think this it has something to do with impact because in my opinion, once you become a crossover figure, you have a way bigger impact and things you do are way more accepted. Now, obviously, Nicki Minaj is a crossover artist, but people like the Kardashians are just like the Paris Hilton, how Paris Hilton and Nicole Richie were of an era. They were just socialites, and people really aspired to be like them because they were popular for their lifestyle. And I think that's just something. That's weird. I hate giving the Kardashians credit for anything, but I do feel like all these girls' bodies look that fake, like how fake they body.
Yeah, I had this conversation the other day on Twitter with somebody because a girl made a video on YouTube about the braids, about the pop smoke braids that everybody's getting now, and she made a video on like a how to, but she called them the Kim Kardashian / pop smoke braids.
Yeah.
And so everybody was just like, of course, up in arms, and I was like, realistically, of course, she didn't just come out of her mouth and say, "Oh, I made this up." But
And I've seen those braids before she wore them. Like people
yeah,
obviously had the hell
but
out of that before.
it's and I always tell people this. I'm like, of course, she didn't make all that stuff up, but it's crazy how once she does it, it just becomes a trend. Because the week that she wore those braids, I guess it was Fashion Week or wherever she was at. The next day, I mean, like I saw so many influencers, and now it's like once the influencers do it, I mean, they call influencers for a reason. Once the
Yeah, they
influencers do
influence.
it,
Yeah,
everybody else jump on the wave too.
yeah,
So it's like a chain reaction, and I'm like, y'all gotta like give her credit for that. Like she definitely is a person that's a trendsetter. Like she will make the smallest thing a trend,
yeah.
a
But
current thing, but she didn't create it, but she'll make it trendy rather.
yeah, no, I agree, but I it's just weird because I don't know. I don't really know how to even explain what I'm thinking right now, but I just think it's really weird because that style was popular at least amongst African Americans before she had it, but I'm seeing even more wearing it. Like the cornrows had made a kind of a comeback a couple of years ago, and I remember that style being part of it. But it's like now that is the braid style that everybody's getting right now. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's weird. It's weird. It's weird that she had it. It's weird, and I think it's even weirder that even with all the backlash, people still went out and like enhanced it. But it is a cute style. That's just the catch-22 in the situation, and it appeared that she was wearing her hair like that because of Northwest having her hair like that. But it's just weird.
yeah,
I don't want to credit her for anything that is Black culture. That's just my little weirdness with the situation. But
yeah.
I
I
can't do nothing about
mean,
it.
for sure. I mean, and I can't even fault you. Let me tell you something. What I ain't gonna do is speak against Black women's feelings because I don't have the Black woman
I'm
experience.
black of the berry, baby.
So we're gonna get into today's topic. You can't take me.
So what you want to talk about?
So so today I actually wanted to talk about being introverted and extroverted.
Okay.
What made me bring that up was I saw a tweet. Let me see if I can go back to it, just so I can credit the person. It definitely was from Fucci. Fucci is a popular stylist. He got famous for styling Rihanna and Bella Hadid, and he just so happens to be one of my good friends, which I love. He posted a tweet a few weeks ago that said, "I wish I could be extroverted without alcohol."
Got it.
And I never related to a tweet more in my life. Okay.
Okay.
The reason why is that people know me for like hanging out, partying, having a good time. But like over the years, I think just with me getting older, um, I don't really like to drink like that no more. Like I will drink, like I will have a drink if I don't order drinks when I go out to eat. Um, but if I do go to the club or if I go to a party or something like that, I definitely would have drinks, especially if it's like a open bar situation. Because I always feel like if I'm going to a party or some type of gathering and they offering stuff for us, I'm gonna take advantage of everything that's there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's definitely one. But I noticed that I've tried to go out a few times and just not drink, and it ain't work.
What do you think that comes from? Like the need to drink and be active, be social.
I think it's just because you loosen up. Like when I drink alcohol, I definitely am not the same person. I loosen up and I become, I guess, more friendly, more like, not saying that I can't be like that sober, but I'm usually only like that around my friends. But when I drink, it's so comfortable for me to go out. Like when I drink, I want to go out. But when I don't drink, I really don't care for it. So in my head, I'm like, do I really like this, or am I just doing it just to cope with going out or being
Yeah.
around people?
That's interesting. And you consider yourself an extrovert?
I consider myself. I found a new word for it. Hold on.
An introverted extrovert?
Nah, it's an actual word for that. Hold on. Ambivert.
Ambivert. Okay, yeah.
Right. So it's basically an introvert and extrovert equally. So I consider myself that, and honestly, I'm only an extrovert when I'm around people that I know or that I'm comfortable with, and when I drink.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's so I am definitely an extrovert, and I used to say that I was an introverted extrovert, but I just need a peace of mind at some given point. But I'm not really like I do have moments where I'm not really feeling comfortable, but it's only because like I just the type of people like I can almost right away tell like these are the type of people I would normally be around. So then I'm uncomfortable. But once I loosen up, I am an extrovert. But I don't think that takes away from it. But the reason why I ask is because a lot of people say that they have some people have an addictive personality, so it's like easy for them to be addicted to things. And I think that I have zero hint of that because I give up things and avoid things very easily.
Mm.
I remember when the times that I have drank alcohol, even when I like first like became legal to drink, I didn't really want to drink. I drank because it was like, okay, I'm finally 21, blah, 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 blah. But I didn't really like it. And I do remember drinking and loosening up. Like I could find, like when I would go to the club, I would be like, oh, I like drinking at the club because I loosen up. But in reality, I just didn't like the club. So it was just
Yeah, I think that's what it is with me
yeah, I
because
just didn't like it, and so I had to realize, like, after a while, the club itself just kind of got old. And I didn't even drink every time I went to the club. I would only drink if somebody brought it up. I'm like, okay, sure. But even if I would get something safe, like a sex on the beach, like I don't even know how to order a drink, and so I would just get it. But I knew that once I started drinking, and it was like, hey, rats on rats on rats, you know what I'm saying? But after a couple years, I definitely realized I don't like going to the club, so that's fine. I stopped doing that, and I do like kickbacks and stuff like that. But I actually am really social, like to be hyper and energetic. It don't take me nothing. But I think about that because there are some people who kind of gotta start the day with a blunt. Can't smoke before blinking their right eye and taking their glasses off. You know what I'm saying? But for me, one day I was like, I want to stop cussing, and I stopped cussing. And never cussed. Well, I had slipped up a couple times, but never cussed again. I stopped cussing in what 2011.
yeah,
And some people be like, "How you do that?" On that same day, I gave up pork. Never had pork again. Like a year and a half ago, I said I'm gonna stop eating meat. Stop eating meat. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I think it just kind of. I think maybe it's based on the person, I guess, or the personality. I smoked cigarettes before. I smoked a blunt. I had an edible. I never did no coke. I never did nothing outside of weed. I never took no pills or nothing like that. But even then, I would
yeah.
be like, "What is this? What's the point? I don't get it." And I don't. People like, "Oh, you ain't strong enough." Okay, give me the strong one. Nothing. I just didn't like it, and I didn't do it to get addicted. But I
You
did
just
kind of
wanted
want to
to
understand.
experience
Yeah,
it.
I just want to understand what the hype was about. And I've smoked cigarettes, cloves, Black and Miles. I don't try it all, and it just is not. I can't do it. But I think at least in your case, if you feel like that's the only way you can really party, maybe you just don't like to party and don't force it. I mean, if you want to drink, drink, do your thing, but don't do it to do that because it's not.
No,
You're not really
even
enjoying it.
I feel like I don't like. I never have the urge to like just drink. Like I be thinking that you supposed to have like wine and stuff at home. Like I feel like that's stuff that you keep at your house, really, right?
That's what they do on TV on confessionals.
Yeah, and I like the thought of having dinner and wine. Now I will drink wine here and there, but like full on alcohol, I have to be in the company of other people, or I just will have to be doing something like if we having game night and somebody got bottles or brought alcohol for us to drink, I definitely will have some because it's almost in my head like a kickback. Like we playing games, we eating, drinking, whatever. But I don't know, I just can't sit in the house and drink. And then I noticed that like when I actually like I want to say like 2 years ago, um, I started going to like certain art shows and events, and these are hosted by people who we used to see back in the day during like Broken Bougie days some
Hmm.
weeks ago. So these are people that I kind of grew up with or grew up around rather, and I don't know if that's the reason why I'm a little bit more comfortable around them, or I just feel like the personalities and the thought processes of some of those people are kind of similar to mine, just because we have similar likes. Like we're both in arts. Like if you do music and you're a painter, photographer, blah blah blah, but we can interact with each other because we can, I can use you for a photo shoot, or
They
you can
be
use
high
me.
though.
Blah. They do, but I don't.
Yeah, I know what you mean. You don't always know people are high.
Yeah, and it's like I feel more comfortable around them, and I don't even have to really drink because I can actually, I feel comfortable. But I
Yeah,
do,
the vibe is just natural.
I do feel like a part of me have like over the years I've just became more of an introvert, I guess, because of the upkeep of Atlanta. Like now we have like especially the field that I work in, a lot of people are just so materialistic and the vibe is just off. Like people don't go out to have fun and to party. I mean, to like listen to music and dance. Like they go out to see what you got on, child. They go out to put on their expensive shit. Don't touch me. Don't stand by me.
It's just
It's
the who can
like,
be the
what are you
rudest
texting for?
contest.
It's a who?
Who can be the rudest contest?
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's that, and then I'm like, for real, like all y'all have on the same thing, so you feel like you exclusive because it's like it's boring. It's like y'all all have the same thing on. Y'all stand around just to look at each other. It's
Yeah,
not fun. I
that's
don't think
really
it's enough to be
weird.
around it. It's so bad. Like it's so bad. Like I remember when I used to go out and just have fun. Like I can legit remember standing on tables and in section chairs. And it made me feel good because it's like shit. That's what you're supposed to go to the club for, to release and to listen to music and to have fun. But release as in like, I ain't talking. What
Oh,
you
I
think
know.
what you think I'm releasing?
I'd rather not say.
Cal?
An album, silly.
Okay, but no, I think that the vibe in Atlanta has just changed. I definitely would say that it's more like a Black Hollywood.
Do you think it's changed or we just got older? Because I think that when I think of oh well, maybe I mean I haven't been out enough to, but what I thought what I was thinking about recently is like even for example when we were like 18 to 21 we were in a certain kind of club, and when we became 21 we went to a certain kind of club, and then once we see it 25 and up, everything changed. So I wonder if those environments were always similar, we just weren't in them yet because we weren't of age, and our interests changed, and the people we were around changed.
That could possibly be it too, but I do. The only reason why I say that the times have just changed is because I see where the young people's minds are, like how they look down on people if they don't have certain things. And I mean, that's always been
Social
there.
media, I blame it.
That's always been there, but people be having like crazy stuff like watches, expensive watches, and
That they be running out the mall with.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? See what I'm
Yeah, it's
saying?
weird. It's like a competition against nothing. It's like none of y'all have nothing, but y'all got all this stuff, and you just want me to recognize it so you can feel good about yourself, and then come back next week and do it again.
Yeah. And
That's
it's
weird.
crazy because it just clouds my vision of what goes on, and it also makes me feel like maybe I'm not an introvert. I just be around the wrong crowds for one, or the wrong people and doing the wrong things, because I watch stuff on TV and I'm just like, they have stuff like this in 2020 because where is it? Do
Yeah,
they have it in Atlanta? You know what I'm saying? Like certain things, and then I'll get invited to like a art show. Sometimes it'll be capped, but for the most part, like if I go to it, it's pretty cool. The vibe is nice. I don't have to drink.
yeah.
I
You
have
just want to
fun.
have a good time. Maybe
You
your
can have some fun
interests.
and a good time.
I think the people you're around definitely has an impact. I mean, think about it. Think about the friends we had 10 years ago and the people and the difference of the people that we're around now. I mean, at least for me, my scenery has dramatically changed. I think that like even once I got into my profession, like in my career, the friends I made actually more closely aligned with my interests that I had all along. I just didn't really get to express them because the people I was around was interested in something else. I kind of felt like I would do stuff that I might not have wanted to do, like go places I didn't really want to go, but for the sake of being social. Because when you're 19, 20, 21, up until 25, whatever, you don't really want to be lonely. You just want to have fun. Like those are your golden years, I guess you could say. But I think that different interests and different like vibes come from different groups of people, and you just kind of gotta know who is good for what and what is best for you. It's like if you go to your old friends, like maybe from childhood, excluding me, and they'd be like, "Oh, you changed," and it's like, no, it's not necessarily I changed. I just I found out who I was. I found myself,
Yeah,
and then they're interested in what they're interested in, and I'm interested in what I'm interested in. They don't have nothing to do with like how I feel about you, but I do know that I feel the happiest and I thrive the most when I'm doing this, and so this is what I kind of want to do the most.
yeah. I think that's ultimately me. Like I think that that's where I'm at with it. So definitely being in quarantine, I just had a lot of self reflection about like what I need to do post this. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's a lot of things that I need to work on. I say this all the time. I need to save money. I need to be more productive. I need to work on some business stuff. Like, um, it's just a lot of things, and it's a lot of stuff that I could be working on, which I can still have fun and network and hang out during that time. But I think I just have to figure out what crowd or what scenery that I need to be in, because obviously the scene that I'm in now or that I'm around, I cannot thrive in it, because I think that ultimately I'm always thinking about my image for one, and then I'm always thinking about my future and just like what I want next.
Yeah,
And me being
as you
around those type
should.
of people, it makes me feel small. Like, it makes me feel like, and I'm not small. You know what I'm saying? It makes me feel like
Who makes you feel like that?
I'm just saying in general, like when I go out, like, or be around certain crowds where I feel like I have to drink, I feel like I do that because they make me feel small.
Yeah, yeah.
And it ain't necessarily nothing that they say. It's just the vibe. Like, I just
You
feel,
know, sometimes you just outgrow stuff. I feel like if you're not learning nothing or you're not being challenged, you start to feel like I'm supposed to be here.
yeah.
And you
It's
just
like,
need to remove yourself. You know what I'm saying? Just kind of put yourself towards things that have interest, that your similar interests. I know for me, I always need people around me who are really good at like professional skills. And I might not need to get that skill set from them. I don't need them to teach me, but I know that there's a mindset that I haven't been exposed to yet that will motivate me to make me feel better. Like, I don't know. And everything ain't about work per se. Well, that's where I've gotten most of my friends recently. So it's
yeah.
just like, okay, oh, she works in da 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 da. Oh, I probably need to let me see. Oh, she's a black girl. Okay, cool.
Yeah, same. And that's me too. I feel like that's how I'm making friends at the moment, or like
Yeah.
new people. That's definitely something. I don't even, because it's so weird. Like, I even hate meeting people because I hate telling them what I do, because I don't
Yeah, and
want.
it's like now I gotta explain all this stuff, or you know, even for me, when people ask me what I do, I'm just gonna say I work in digital. But if I really explain
Yeah.
it and they don't give me the dumb face, it's like,
Oh, they ain't gonna give me the dumb face. They gonna give me the "what can you do for me" face.
yeah, I don't like that either. Oh, me too. They be like, y'all hiring? I'm like, I don't think you understand.
Like, you put in your own face, and I always try to tell people, because I know I meet a lot of people, and they may not want it for themselves, but they'll be like, "Oh, I know you should meet my cousin because my cousin do this."
They, yeah,
And I'm like,
it's like,
"No,
dang, I don't even want to talk to you no more. Thank you.
yeah,
Yeah, people ruin it. You know, people. I don't think people realize that how damaging that is. It's like, if for real, I think there's a way to move to be an opportunist without it being obvious. Everybody's opportunity. That just is what it is. People communicate with who they want to communicate with for a result. You might not do that for every person you know, but in most cases, the only reason why people won't stick around to some people who are not good friends, probably because they need to get something from them. But I feel
yeah,
like if somebody, let's say they met you and they were like, oh my God, you don't even know, but I've been needing to do this, or my cousin, okay, just be chill. Get to know me. And if I accept you, come on in and eventually reel it in. I just think that there's a way to do things. It's kind of like when somebody want to holler at you, they be like, hey man, lighter, where your number? And you don't want to give to, now they mad. But if you would have met him in a like regular environment, y'all would have had something in common. Ooh, them curtains cute. They show this. You know, if you get now you got my number. You know what I'm saying? This is all about the approach.
yeah." Another situation that happened, that I'll be feeling some type of way about, is running. I think we talked about this before too, but about people who, because it's so hard for me to just walk up to people and just start a conversation, or if anything, I always compliment them. Like, that's always my
Yeah.
conversation started. Like, I'll compliment them. Like, if I'm at a show or something and somebody just performed, I introduce myself to them. I'm like, I really love your music, or whatever the case may be. So it's this one particular girl that I meet every time. Like, I support her so much, and it pisses me off because I actually pay money to support her.
Mm-hmm.
So
You pay her light bill, she's trying to play. I don't like that.
So she's friends with a few of my friends, and they've introduced me to her on private occasions. But I genuinely like her stuff, so I just be like, let me just see what she got going on. Like, she got an exhibit, blah blah blah. Every time I met this girl, no less than like 8 times, and she don't know who I am. Like, she'll literally have, like, I can't even blame her for like 3 times, because
Yeah,
I'm
but
that person, because I definitely never remember people, and I'll just look at them for a long time. And I'm the type of person where I won't lie. If I don't remember you, I'm not gonna say I remember you. Like, people
yeah,
be
that's
like,
fair.
you remember? I'm like, I don't. I'm like, I don't
I'm
know
like,
where.
can you remind me? Because you might be Obama cousin, so I want to make sure
Yeah.
I remind it.
But after like the second or third time, especially if it was recent and it wasn't like spaced out like years or months, like if it's recent, I definitely will remember you. I made it spell like 8 times in 1 year, and she
And when you meet her, what do you say? Do you just be like, "Hey, I'm such and such," or do you like how do you go
literally
about
have to reintroduce myself to her every time because I be expecting her to be like, "Oh hey," you know
Like,
when
do
I
you bring up an occasion though? Do you be like, "Hey, we met
no,
at
I literally be like, I'm so and so's friend. I don't want to say the name, but I was
yeah."
like, "Hey, how you doing? Blah blah blah. I love this. I'm so and so's friend. I met you before. Blah blah blah." Oh, okay.
That's weird. You know what? People have this complex to them that they kind of feel up, and I think they intentionally do that. It makes them feel good.
Yeah.
Honestly,
I be wanting to know
I
if
used to do that
she
to
doing
be
it or
rude.
yeah, but I don't know her. Maybe she don't like me.
No, I don't think that's what it is. Let me tell you. So I want to provide some clarity too, because there was when a couple of relationships ago, I had an ex-boyfriend, and I met a lot of his friends, and they liked me, but I, X'd him out. They all got X'd out, and they would come up to me over years and be like, "Hey, I'd be like, oh, okay." It was really rude. So actually, I didn't even act like I didn't know them. I just was like dusting them off. But
Yeah,
that was rude. I wouldn't do that again. But for this girl in particular, I think that that's a personality flaw, honestly, because I was listening to this podcast called Poor Minds, and they were talking about this girl who they used to work in the same club with, right? It's three of them, two girls that's on the podcast, and then there's this girl who is like an artist, a music artist, or whatever the case is, from the same city. They all moved to Atlanta, all work in the same club. They all are popular, okay? So every time one of the two girls from the show see her, she'll be like, "Oh, you're so pretty." Like acting like and they're like, "Girl, I'm such and such. Like, why are you playing crazy?" But
yeah,
she'll kick it as if like she's like some girl in the crowd and she just like compliment her. Anyway, long story short, she talks to the other girl all the time. It's like, "Oh my God, I want to come on your podcast." And it's like, so you know who my co-host is. You're trying to play crazy. But basically the girl, it just kind of, it's like a mental thing. It's like people kind of feel good when people come up to this because it's kind of like you are feeding their ego a little bit. Because I think even when you think about it, there are celebrities who meet people every day and they remember fans. They remember people. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
Especially if you know them through a mutual friend. You don't forget that. I mean, it's one thing to forget something once or twice. They might forget your name. They definitely forget your face. I know that for a fact. Now, unless you old, you see now, okay. But I doubt it. She doing it on purpose, I think.
Yeah, I don't know what it's about, but I'm just like,
Are you gonna stop supporting?
um, honestly, no, because I just really like her stuff though. Like I genuinely like her stuff, and I feel like the projects that she's put out are like insane. So I
Yeah.
definitely want to. I don't want to say necessarily work with her because it's not much that I can do because we
You
don't
just need to let her come to you.
have art. But I definitely wouldn't like if I go to her stuff, I'll just go to it. I won't speak to her.
Yeah, I think that's
I
fair.
won't like say anything. I'll just let it be. Even like yeah, no, I wouldn't even.
No, I think so too. Don't keep putting yourself out there because honestly, now you're building an image of yourself to them, and it's kind of like a weakness. You know what I'm saying? Like she knows who you are, and she know every time he's like, "Look at him, he out." You know what I'm saying? It's like how people's egos are really weird, and it just kind of builds this weird mentality they might have. But I would do the same thing. If she needs you, she know who you are. It'll come to her. One day something gonna come up that you affiliated with. She gonna need to get your attention. You better be like, "Oh, okay, nice to meet
I'm gonna just walk past and be like, oh hey.
you."
No,
Nice to meet you.
I don't even have that in me. Like if I'd be really excited to see people sometimes. Like especially if I ain't seen them in a long time or if I know them from somewhere else, I'd be like excited to see them.
Yeah, well, that's nice of you.
Different, but I think as a solution to this problem that I'm having,
With the
for
alcohol or the familiarity.
she's dust particles right now. We're not talking about her no more.
Okay, say less.
We're talking about just the extrovert and introvertness or ambivert, whatever.
Hmm.
Um, I do want to stop drinking. I definitely want to indulge in like mimosas. Like even if that, I'm fine with
I
that. Like
can't even drink
mimosas,
that.
I can
I just
drink
don't like
mimosas.
it. I
Um,
just don't. I'm like, can I just have orange juice? Thank you.
I can't even drink red wine no more. Like for real, it's so bad. But I can do mimosas because it's mixed with juice.
I tried to drink some wine. I actually have multiple bottles of wine in my house because people be giving them to me. And I'm
I
just
definitely
like,
gifted you one and you drunk it all.
you did, but that was a special occasion. But no, I don't. I didn't. Even then, I didn't like it. But I was intentionally drinking it to get a specific result, and it worked. So, but I have like maybe 5 or 6 bottles of like different wines. And so the other day, I made some pasta, and I was like, "Oh, let me pair this with a wine." I spit it out. I was like, "I don't want this. I'm about to throw the whole thing in the trash." I swear to God, because I was just talking to some friends in a group chat, and they were like, "You know, you don't just drink a wine just to relax." I'm like, "I be already relaxed." I don't know.
So I've been taking CBD pills.
So you addicted to
Um,
weed? Wow, druggy.
it's legal. It's not no THC in it. But I got them when I was in Amsterdam in December, and I never really took them because I felt like they wasn't doing nothing for me. But I just upped the dosage. I'll take 2 now instead of 1 because I did get a small dosage on purpose, but I upped the dosage and I noticed a difference. Like I noticed that my anxiety has gone way down. My approach to people, like even when I'm dealing with clients and I'm taking them pills, I definitely feel a difference. Like I feel more relaxed and more comfortable with talking, and my speech isn't really like too much thought about because I feel like I think too much about what I say before I say it out my
Me
mouth.
too. And I
Which is
just
a good
be
thing.
rambling. And I'd be like, Alicia, that was Michael Jackson, back from the dead, and you blew it.
You say stuff.
Sorry.
But yeah, that helps me. I don't know. Maybe I
Do you
can
think that you're gonna? So what if you? So let's say you take this CBD pill or these pills or whatever the case is, and you get yourself off the alcohol. Do you think you're gonna start relying on that because it's kind of like trading out?
Yeah, it is trading out, but one of them is healthy and one of them isn't.
And that's just that
Because
much.
the CBD pills are just oil capsules of CBD oil. So that's all it is. So I can just definitely put CBD oil in my tea or whatever, but it's better than me trying to go to the doctor and get prescribed the daggone Xanax.
Absolutely, with side effects. So we don't want that.
So this is natural. It's from the earth, and it's non-psychoactive. So it's not like weed with THC in it, where it's gonna have me stuck and overthinking and paranoid. It don't have that feeling. So I actually like it. Like I prefer it. I don't know.
I don't like none. I don't even know where I be wondering. Is this? Am I
You can
tripping?
feel a difference though. You would like if you take it. It's not like something that is just like you'll be like it's a switch. But I just noticed that, like, I just noticed my actions. Like, if I do something, I'll be like, damn, I probably wouldn't have did that before. It's probably these damn pills. I probably would have
I don't
stayed.
want that.
You know what I'm saying? No.
I don't like that. I don't like that. And I don't like how edibles make me feel. I don't even like that.
Yeah, edibles is a different.
Mm-mm.
I ate too much. Then you say you went to sleep for like 2 days?
I was high for 2 days. I couldn't do nothing about it. I'm like, can I just leave my body here and go and come back and get it? I don't like this.
Oh my God.
Never again.
It wasn't bad.
Alrighty.
So do you have any recommendations for people?
I don't, it's going to sound foolish, but just stop doing it. Just stop relying on stuff. But that's not realistic. So I honestly don't think that's something I can relate to. All I can say is if you feel like you have to rely on something to do a certain thing, try to find an alternative way to do that certain thing. Or is that certain thing really in your best interest? That's really all I can think of. Because I know people who smoke to relax. And I know people who used to smoke to relax and they felt like looking back it kind of made them like lazier or anxious. Just try to I don't even know actually. I just because it's a weird thing for me. I'm super energetic all the time. I don't rely on stuff, and when I did, I realized why I was relying on it, and I just cut both out.
Yeah, so I don't even drink Red Bulls.
All right, y'all. It's been another episode of OD Podcast. You have anything else you want to add, Draco?
Shake your tits. That's it. Not you, but
did it. Oh my
I
God.
know. But no.
All right.
You at all times, no matter the cost. For these
please folks. And thank you. See y'all.
Stay home. That's all I gotta say.
Seriously.
Stay.
Don't listen to Kemp if you ain't got to. For real.
Ooh, my hair. But
okay, girl.
Where am I going? It's okay.
Exactly. Bye.
Bye.